Nicole.
Here.
Dave. Here. Carolyn.
Here.
Deb.
Here. Visitors and public comments. Anybody? Okay, we're good. Approval of town board minutes for July 8th. Need a motion?
I move to approve the town board meeting minutes from July 8th.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of town board minutes from July 30th.
Move to approve July 30th town board minutes.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Planning Commission, Dorothy.
Okay, on July 22nd, we met and we approved Dragonfly. There's somebody that's buying 3 2-acre lots, reconfiguration. We, according to our handbook, page 300, this individual can proceed forward. And then we discussed the newsletter article, and we'll do that. And checklist, different things that's happening at the county level.
Anybody have any questions for Dorothy? Okay. Highway. Roman Road, we're gonna, that bottom part, I already talked to Pat, we're gonna change that back to gravel. Okay? Because it's so broken up, you can't even patch it anymore.
On your
Yeah,
portion,
Roman, yeah.
on your portion of the road.
On this end, yes. Okay. Scheuer Creek, I've talked to Joe Rugen from the Town of Day, and they put on, it's called high density black rock. Okay, and what it does is packs in, it's just like blacktop. So I talked to Glenn Kafka, I took Pat down there. Kurt went and looked at it, and I think it'd be a good thing to try. So I'm gonna find out this week if we need to break up the chip seal that's there, and then they'll put it right over the top, and it packs right down.
Could you elaborate on what that process looks like?
It'll look like a dirty blacktop road, is what it'll look like. But it'll last twice as long as gravel, for sure, all right? Because I went down and looked at range line, and it packs right down. You don't get the, what do they call it, the washboarding in it, okay? So that's the new thing. They said, I talked to Jim Griesbach, he said it's outstanding. It's worth a try.
Where do they have it?
Town of Day on range line,
Range line road.
yep.
So they're just gonna crush up what is there and just do
Put this
nothing
over
else, just put that
This over
down.
the top of it, and it'll pack right down. Yeah, Jim Griesbach says it works outstanding, and so does Joe.
So right now, we're dealing, you want me to stand up and state my name?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Who are you? Yeah, they do need your name for the
John
minutes.
C.A. for 114015 Sugar Creek Road. We have dealt with this for 3 years, and the potholes are relentless.
Mhm,
It's a safety hazard.
mhm.
I mean, we need a permanent solution, not let's hope this works.
Well,
How are you
this
going
is
to-
a lot cheaper than what we had applied for a grant for, okay? And if it doesn't work, then we can chip seal over the top of it. But let's try it first.
So are they gonna roll it? I mean, how are they gonna pack the potholes?
It'll pack down,
But the potholes that are there, you understand that there's some that are 6 inches deep.
my understanding is it'll pack right in. Because if you go down, drive down Range Line, that road was all busted up. They actually had blacktop on that road, and he said it was terrible. And if you go drive that down that now, and Kurt did, it's quite smooth.
Is there a possibility to have it compacted or rolled when they put this down?
I think we need to see if it's necessary first.
Because my fear is that it wrecks our vehicles in the time it takes to pack this down. I mean, if it's our vehicles that are packing it down.
Well, he'll grade it, and when you drive on it, it'll pack down. Glenn was telling me that as soon as they drive on it with the trucks, it starts packing down immediately. So it's not like we're just gonna change it to gravel and we would go. Okay?
And the cost?
It's $7.90 a yard, okay, plus hauling. So I'm guessing you can figure about $15, $16 a ton.
Can we back up a little bit here and have the name of the company and who's gonna do the work? Are they
Glenn
gonna do
Kafka,
it?
I'll bring it
What
in.
is?
Glenn Kafka,
Okay.
yeah.
But the base is all mud, so I wouldn't expect that to last very long.
Well, like I said, it's worth a try. It worked very well over on Range Line, and they've had it there for a couple months. It's new.
So the real area of concern as well as what he said was the spot by the mailboxes
Mm-hmm,
is, there must be a bubble of clay that's down in the bottom of that,
mm-hmm.
because it just keeps coming.
Probably a spring under there.
And so, I mean, if you don't address that,
Mm-hmm. I'll have Pat take a look at it.
So,
Dorothy?
I talked to my vet who lives out on Range Line Road. I asked her today how it was. I mean, there's somebody that drives that road a lot at high speeds, and she says it is a godsend. So,
And this is Range Line Road north of C, correct?
Right,
Right,
yeah.
not south.
Kurt, you went down there.
Yep. I was out, there was absolutely no dust. Where it was, I mean, where most of the driving traffic was, it looked like a blacktop road, that's how packed it was. And I can't remember who I talked to out there, a couple of
Mailman?
residents, they've only bladed it twice this year. That's how well it packs in space.
so you have to blade it yet? You have to grade it?
About twice a year.
About twice a year.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that much. With limited traffic, with the amount of traffic you've got on Sawyer Creek, they probably would only have to blade it in the spring and be done.
what about the potholes? I mean, now, so are they gonna fill it up with this conglomeration first and then go over the whole top?
Well, that's my
What,
question.
that's.
That would be my
question.
guess, yeah. And I'll
We
have
don't
Pat
know.
take a look at it. And I'm gonna be meeting with Glenn this week. I have to call him tomorrow and then go from there.
How thick is it?
I'm thinking probably 4 or 5 inches is what they're gonna put on there. I think it's worth a try.
You guys got now, it's very good, and it's also Corvette friendly.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I do have, I mean, with his concern of the packing though, there's little or no traffic on that road. I mean, in reality to a road. I mean, I would think it still should be, I mean, even if it's just a tire packer or whatever, it should probably be, even considering Range Line has a lot of traffic on it, to pack it in. I mean, I would think that it should still kind of be packed or whatever. a
Well,
little
Glenn
bit.
had told me when the trucks drive over it, it's packed.
We
It
can't be
packs
talking
right
about a tremendous amount of money to have it rolled, just to like start it off. Because like you said, Rod, there's Steve and Mike and my dad and myself and, well, Pete's driveway.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, we don't have a ton of traffic,
mm-hmm.
but what's gonna pack it then?
Talk to Glenn and rent a roller from him, he'll bring it out there and you guys.
Roll it, yeah. I'll find out how much it costs.
Not gonna cost
Yes.
that much.
Steve Drock, 114771 Schroyer Creek Road, formerly 422 Main Street. Although there is not a lot of traffic down on that end of our road, especially this year, we've had a ton of water.
Mm-hmm.
My suggestion would be for at least some consideration to roll the turnaround. If we get a hard rain in between when it's put down and before it gets packed all the way out to the border, the edges, which it won't, because the only one that gets out close to the edge of that turnaround is Waste Management pickup truck. And they scrub and break it up because it's such a short turn. Their front wheels are always just gouging and digging, the back wheels are basically doing the same without turning. But when the rains come, the water comes rushing down, it'll take whatever is loose off of that turnaround down into the creek, and then the expense is gonna be there for the township to come back out and do something.
Mhm.
Whereas to have a sheep's foot roller or a regular steam roller, kind of smooth roller, come out and at least do some of that. Once it's down, once it's packed, they'll carry the water right over it.
Right.
But unless it is, it'll peel it all off and it'll just be wasted.
Yeah. I'll talk to Glenn. Like I said, I gotta give him a call tomorrow and I'll be meeting with him so that I can get a firm price on the cost of it and see if he can roll it. Or rent a roller. And then Hadamar, I talked to Pat this week, I had discussed with the highway committee that putting drain tile in there, and he said there is drain tile in there, Pat did. So I think what our next step on that one is see if it's any good yet. So if it collapsed or if it's plugged or, I don't know how long that's been in there.
Can we go back to a road really quick?
Mm-hmm.
What is your time frame on that?
Well, I'm gonna be talking to Glenn this week, so I'm guessing within the next couple of weeks, if possible, but he can get the product there, so.
So, how much are we talking about here, and where are we getting the money from?
Well, I got money in the budget for that.
Okay, but what are we talking about?
I don't know yet. I already gave you the price, so you can figure roughly $350 a load would be my guess. Probably 30 to 40 loads. Yeah. So you're probably 15 grand. It's twice as much as blacktop, or what gravel will be. But they said it holds up at least twice as long, at least. So, like I said, it's a new product that they've just been starting to try around here, so.
So will this come back to us now for an approval, or what?
No, I'm gonna get the road done. It's maintenance,
Okay.
because it wouldn't have to come back to get gravel put on it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, we'll see what the price is. If it's way out of line, then we won't be able to do it.
One thing I think in the future, if we're gonna be looking at a new, I guess, materials or whatever in the future, if you can have John let us know that there's a new material, it's over on such and such a road, so that we can drive over, we can look at it, so that like tonight, we can make an educated decision on it. Right now, we're working all off of hearsay, we haven't seen it. I know that it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it's just, it would've been nice to be able to go over there and look at it. And
I
then tonight,
disagree.
seeing it.
I disagree. We had people in the audience who went over there, multiple people. That's
I-
their job.
What I'm saying on hearsay is, I'm hearing from this person, I would like to have seen it myself, and then go,
I'll
yeah,
drive
this looks
over.
good.
Give me a call, tell me what you think.
Okay, I'm just in the future, if we have
Yeah.
something like this, just tell us, hey, it's over, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. Well, I just found out about it this last week, so.
Well, obviously, with half the crowd here going over there looking at it.
Well, I
and
called
making phone
Kurt to
calls on
ask
it.
him to go over
We
and
should
look
know.
at it, because he's, been helping with highway, and he is very knowledgeable, so I trust his judgment.
I'm not saying I don't trust his judgment, I guess I just would like to see it myself.
You can drive over to Range Line,
I will.
okay? And then, let's see, the AIG grant, I've already estimated the cost so far at 1.9 million. But I don't have any information on the culverts yet. So I don't know if any culverts need to be changed out there. Most of them have been redone, if I'm not mistaken.
You said 1.9 million?
Uh-huh. And that's going from Oak Plain all the way down to 97.
I think the other thing is the research farm is on there, and I did
Mhm.
plant the seed about,
I have to make an appointment with them because I need a letter from them to even go with this grant.
I understand, so, but the seed has already been planted, I talked to the manager up there.
Okay?
And in the future, there's going to be an administrative building put up there.
Uh-huh.
So I told her that Nancy Esser is her name, she's the
Uh-huh.
manager, and to put something in there for a road. Because benefit the
Put something in
university.
what? In their budget for roads? Okay.
Well, when they put when they put that building up,
Mm-hmm.
at least from C to the driveway, you know.
Yeah, well, we'd be going from Oak Plain down to 97 for the grant,
I understand.
all the way.
I understand.
So, yeah, I have to go over and talk to her, and then I also have to go over and talk to Mullins and see if they would benefit from this at all. Because that's the road that we can't post. So I don't know if they would use that or if they wouldn't, but a letter isn't gonna hurt to go along with the grant. And it's a 90-10, so it'd be a healthy one. If we have a real good shot at getting that because of the research center over there, and with this being an ag grant.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So you've gotta be talking to them too.
I already know that.
Okay, well, I've done this a year ago, so.
Well, if you wanna take care of it, you are more than welcome to. I can give you the numbers I got so far, and you can
You and I
knock
can
yourself
both-
out.
You and I can both go over there, how's that sound?
I'd rather do it myself.
Okay.
And then, library, Rod,
There's nothing really at this time.
buildings and grounds, Nicole.
So they have been doing quite a bit of sanding and staining on the benches. They're about, I'd say 60% done. If you go out to the park, you can see some of the benches have been put back together. They haven't been touched in probably 10, 15 years, so they look a world of difference. Unfortunately, our summer help is going back to school, so they will be done soon. One is already pretty much done, the other one will be done Friday. They helped immensely. They helped with the ball diamond, the lawn, things along the way, so I appreciate everything that they've done to help. We did get a $100 donation from Chris Domro, so thank you, Chris Domro, for that. I do have a question. I do have tables that are being requested beyond the number that are in the pavilion. So I need to know what the process is for that.
Fire department.
So I just send an email to you, and then you'll say, yep.
I have wooden tables and other plastic chairs I can use.
Well, you got a couple here. How many do you need, Nicole?
I don't know yet.
Is it getting time though just to increase the number that's out there? I mean, that's the
Well,
thing.
there's
Where are you gonna put them?
12. I mean, we could fit more tables in there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not the issue. It's just that some of these parties are 50 people, so they don't need
mm-hmm,
that many tables.
right. But this one is requesting a few more.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't have the exact number. I also have, since this is a new process too, this party requested a tent. I don't think you got a tent form for them to fill out, did you?
For who?
This is the one in September for Donald Swenson.
Yes, I have
She
the
already
permit
has it.
application.
Okay, so that would have been nice to know on this. So you have the application, there's
I
no
have the
follow-up?
application.
Okay. I also requested that the weeds be sprayed again. Casey was able to spray them because they have been out of control. So thank you, they look a lot better. I did also purchase a key with a code, so that way I can put the key in the box. When people are renting the pavilion, they'll get a code, they can punch in the code, and then they can go to the key. Because there are times where I'll tell them 5 o'clock, I'll put the key in the mailbox, they come before 5, and we have that $5 o'clock time slot. So that's going to be the process going forward. I just purchased those locks, so that will be in place. I also have requests coming in for the pavilion coming next year. So if you are interested in the pavilion, start putting in those requests. And then, other than that, that is all I have.
On that key box, are you changing the code after every time you get a key
I
turned?
plan to.
Okay.
Nicole, who, if these boys ain't gonna be bullying anymore, who you gonna have do that?
Right now I have Rod lined up, and then I also have volunteers.
Okay, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I ain't volunteering.
I know, but I did put an ad, or not really an ad, I did put in a request in the newsletter, if anybody's interested to let me know.
Anything else? All right, garbage and recycling, Dave.
Carts should be put on the edge of the road, not in the lanes. We've got several pushed way out too far. There was an incident on Calvin, somebody hit it, either on purpose or by mistake. A lot of glass, mess to clean up. I guess other than that, unless anybody else has any questions, anything else?
All right, Carolyn, policies and procedures.
Nothing on there, but the newsletter, they're supposed to have done tomorrow for approval,
Mhm.
and then out soon.
Okay. Nicole, ordinances, anything?
I have no updates on ordinances.
Lori, fire department?
Since our last meeting, we had 6 EMS calls, 4 motor vehicle accidents, 1 unauthorized burning, and 2 canceled en route. We have 1 member who is entry-level firefighter. She's in the class right now. Actually, her first class is tonight. Tomorrow night, we'll be out driving around doing driver's training throughout the community, so some of our new people can get to know the roads. We'll also be out selling raffle tickets at the same time. The new cutter and spreader are in service. We had our training with the company. We know how to operate them, what to do batteries if we put them in service already. EMS training will be on controlled bleeding. Public education, it is National Wellness Month, so check out our Facebook page for more information. Fall Fest raffle tickets are still available, and if anybody's interested in volunteering to help, please let me know.
Anybody have any questions for Lori?
Yeah, I do. Did you get your new jobs of life yet? The battery powered one?
I just said we just.
I can't hear for shit, so you know that.
This mic should be on. We put them in service
Okay.
already.
So now when you get on a call, when you can take both of them, or are you gonna shit can one, or you gonna?
No, we're gonna keep them both.
You take both of them?
No, one is gonna stay on one rig, and one set is gonna stay on another.
Do you have people that can operate them, that know how?
Everybody that was at the training knows how to operate.
Okay, I'm just curious.
We all went through the training on both of them. We know how to use them. And we're gonna keep them both because we have multiple highways going through our township, and we can get multiple car accidents at the same time that need extra patient.
How many times have you had multiple car accidents where you needed just 2 jaws of life? I'm just curious. Never? Okay, that's good.
But we need to plan for it because 97 is a racetrack. And you got Highway E and C that we've had 3 car accidents on in the last month and a half. I mean, you gotta plan for it.
Yeah, I understand that, but you got idiots driving too, so that's where that goes.
Okay.
Madam Chairman, could we move Little Rose Snowmobile Club up?
Yeah, we can do that, and then I also want to move the amending the budget. So I would like to have a motion to move those 2 up prior to the clerk's report.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, Little Rose.
Hi, I'm Jamie Greenberg with the Little Rose Snowmobile Club. I'm here to ask permission to travel down March Road again with the snowmobile trail.
We have any complaints at all?
No.
Nothing? You didn't have much for snow last year, did you?
Did they even open last year?
No.
No problem.
So then there were no complaints.
Nothing at all.
The only complaint is that people wanted to use it and they couldn't.
Yeah. I don't see an issue.
There's no other option.
Man Road.
No,
So there is no other option.
no.
I'm just asking because
We did do Man Road years ago, and it was brought to our attention that it is very dangerous, and
Yeah.
Way too much traffic on that road. Yeah.
yeah, I would love to get a landowner down through the middle, but I've been up and down that strip many a times, and nobody will give us access. I would rather get out. It's kind of my last option.
So I approve Little Rose Snowmobile Club to use Marsh Road over the 24-25 snowmobile season.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You are good to go.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for moving me up on the agenda. Have a good night.
All right, now we're going to amend the budget. What we're going to do is basically make the department solvent at this time. All right, right, on the first page of your budget, we just got the 2% dues, am I correct, John?
Yes.
Okay, there's a difference of $1,160.97. Can we move that over to, what's the account number on that? Wait, 20 pages.
She's right here, it's about the sixth one down on page 1.
I'm taking $1,160.97. They just got their 2% due, so it was an estimated amount prior to that. Lori, what's the number on that?
That was estimated?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
11.
Okay,
No,
52,
no.
52215.
That is not what we estimated in the fire department's budget.
I know, it's 12,269, so I'd like to add $1,160.97 to that.
That's perfect.
For which line item?
It's,
52215?
yes,
That's on page 3.
yeah,
And what was the amount you want to add?
$1,160.97. And then the next amount, I need to know, what was the amount that was taken out of Fall Fest funds for the cascade system and the other equipment?
If you look on last month's budget, it was under capital outlay for $48,708.23.
48,000 what?
$48,708.23.
Got that amount, John? And we want to put that into the budget for, where is that? That's the income, sorry.
But if you look on the budget that was sent out on 8/12, Fall Fest expenses 52260-10 is $50,663.55.
Right,
What I did some looking and digging, a lot of digging, and Fall Fest expenses for 2024's Fall Fest are already in that. And we
Right.
have not transferred money from our savings
Right.
account to pay those yet.
right. But first, we're gonna transfer this 48,000. $48,708.23, right?
Yep.
Okay, and that's gonna go under 52260-10. And then, if you go down to the front of the first page, you have the insurance recovery for the fire department. That amount is $26,050.08,
Where is that?
right on your first page.
Second one from the bottom.
Yep.
You want to increase the budget on that line item by that amount?
Yeah, and that would go under,
I would have to say that after underline item for ladder 1,
would you?
to kind of bring that back up.
Right. That's what it went for, wasn't it?
Correct.
Okay. So that would be 52250-09, which would be ladder 1.
Correct.
So you're gonna add $26,050.08 to that. All right, and then we had the donation, I believe it was, am I correct?
If you back up on the first page, you also have fire protection fees, $2,401, and the mutual aid fire protection of $859. That is revenue for the fire department. Those are mutual aid calls with Stratford that we got paid for from them to go help them.
And what accounts did you want to put them under, Lori?
Whichever one we need to balance out. Or decrease the deficit on.
So you said mutual aid, but didn't you say another category?
Yep.
Right, if there's 2,401, just look up a little bit.
Yep, and
Oh,
then there's
sorry,
a
okay.
47323 mutual aid protection of $859.
So you have two amounts here.
Okay.
You got them both, John?
Yeah.
So if you add those, I'd like to see those moved into engine 10. 5225007.
So 5225007.
Yeah, engine 10.
Engine 10.
You put these two amounts in the budget, and then a donation also. Okay. The donation was $24,095.
And you also have the other fire fundraiser, 48920 of 339.50.
What is that from?
Our rent price.
Okay, so you have on your expenses, oh, where the heck is it? You got enough flipping paper here for 6
Fundraising expenses, it's DNR grant and then Fall Fest expense. And there's a, I don't know what the other fundraising expense is of
Okay,
331.
so you have to go into the fundraising expense, am I correct? For the $339.50?
I would think so. And then you also have 48930 fire department grant, $2,769.59. That needs to be put back into our state DNR grant, 52260-06, because that has a deficit of $1,077.
But how much was the grant?
Total grant was like 54, 55, and then you split it in half because it's a 50-50 grant.
So it's to the 2769?
Yep. It should be moved into state grant expense DNR 5226006.
Got that?
No, you guys aren't making any sense to me. You guys are talking about revenues and expenses and commingling them. So
Some of that you can't.
But
We
you
already got
guys
some of
are.
that in
You guys were increasing revenue with, you were talking about the, like I'm trying to track where you guys are talking about, but let's see.
Where did we leave you, John?
You lost me a long ways away.
Should we go back to the beginning?
We could.
Yeah, so I brought up the budget Excel spreadsheet so I can do this kind of on the fly, you know, so that it's like written down. And then
Okay, so
make
the
sure that
first
we
one-
budget at the end of the day, and then we should be in good shape.
Okay, so the first one was $1,160.97.
116, can you start with the line item first?
The line item.
Yeah, so the.
Okay, 543420. Okay, that's what we're taking it from. And then we're going to put that into,
So we're gonna increase that budget by 1,100.
for 2% dues.
Yeah, so increase that by $1,160.97. Okay.
Yep, and that would go under, which account, where is that again? I keep losing that.
52215.
15 or 95?
15.
Okay, got that one.
Got that one. Good, now I gotta find it again, so hold on.
48,000 is that one you opened?
No, we're still in, we're up, we
Well,
want to start over.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
starting over.
So on page 1. Here.
I got it down, I wrote it down before.
Oh.
And then the next one was
48440 insurance recovery FD, 26,050.08.
and that went into 52250-07.
No, 09.
All right, so give me a
Yeah,
second.
that's for the ladder truck, yeah.
Oh, that's right, okay, the other one was,
And
Okay.
then
Read the number
Hold on,
again.
You got that,
hold on.
John?
No.
Well,
This wasn't in the budget, so I have to add this line
right,
in the budget, so you gotta give me a second. 48.
that was the insurance recovery,
52250.
and then it goes into engine 10,
no, ladder one.
or ladder one, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
They're all starting to sound the same after a while.
They all look the same to me,
Ladder 1.
right.
Correct.
And it's-
09.
That's what they put 26 in.
Okay.
And then the
46220 fire protection fees, 2,401, and 47323, mutual aid fire protection,
You
859.
gotta do these one at a time, Lori.
But they were, okay, so
Alright.
46220,
Yeah, so if you're looking at the budget sheet, if there's nothing in the middle column, you gotta give me a second, because I have to
Okay.
create a whole new row for that.
Well, this one has has an amount in it.
But not in the budget column, it only has a.
Right.
It has in
Yep.
the revenue, so I have to add,
Okay,
so 4, 6.
you tell us when you're ready.
Sure. Okay, add 2401, okay, no problem.
and
And
then,
that goes into 52250-07.
correct.
Okay,
And June
Alright.
10.
And then we're gonna go down to,
74323,
no, we're gonna,
859,
47323. You're gonna have to put that, that's a new one that you gotta put in.
yep. And that one is also going against.
Engine 10,
Okay.
correct, and it's for 859.
Okay,
and
And
then,
then under the 12 best, 52260-10, the amount of $48,708.23, which came out of the 12 best account.
okay.
And then under,
So there's no offsetting revenue on that one?
well, it came out of all best account, so,
Okay, I'll figure out a way to show that it came out from prior year's
yeah,
income.
yep. And then you got the fundraising expense, which is 5226011. And the income on that one is $339.50, and that is, where is that one, Lori?
it is on 48902.
All right, so that was 239.50, and where was that expense going to?
52260-11.
And then you have 48500, $24,095 to go back into
That's the donation
correct. To be put back into 5221107.
under the year.
Correct.
Repeat that again, or 24.
$24,095.
And it goes to 52207?
Correct, no, 5221107.
Okay.
Okay,
And then you have 48903, fire department grant, $2,769.59 to be put into 52260-06. State DNR expense, DNR grant.
How much is in there? Okay, so we already have 3,700 in there.
Right, but this is the DNR's portion for finishing paying you for the DNR grant. And that budget is currently over by $1,777.48. So that
So the
revenue,
amount that came in
yep,
is the DNR's portion?
correct,
Completely?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
What number did that come from again?
48903, fire department grant. And it goes into 52260.
I'm missing a page.
Well, wait a minute.
It's on page.
Wait a minute.
Or,
That's on page 2.
Correct.
yeah.
Underneath donation.
Okay, so you gotta create a line.
Yeah, I got that one recorded down.
Okay, and that goes into 52260-06.
Yep.
And that amount again?
2769.59, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
And that should make them solvent. And then we're gonna have to do a special board meeting to go through all the expenses and get them squared away. So John, what I would like you to do is go through the expenses and purchase up a sheet for each expense. Okay?
Okay.
Each expense line is what I'm talking about, so that we can go through that, and that'll be about a 3-hour meeting, so anybody who wants to join us, you are more than welcome to. Hopefully it won't be that long. If we get the paperwork ahead of time, then we can go through it and sit through that. But I need a motion to approve
The transfers?
the transfers at this time.
Do we want to do each one individually, or do we want to do it all?
You got them all in the minutes?
I mean, I'm gonna
They
have
will
to
be.
put them all, write them all down into, verbally, I need to get them visually in the numbers. but-
Well, you need to put each one put into the,
Okay.
all right? into the
Otherwise, Lori
minutes.
could just go down and her list, she's got them right there.
Well, he's got it already in the
Does he
computer.
have
He
it?
just needs to make sure it's in the minutes as it's presented, and then to make sure everything
Here,
balances.
let
Am
me
I
just,
correct,
let me
John?
just sum the amendments for profit or for income and expense,
Okay. So that's
so that we are for sure
So we should be.
in the right spot. Alright, so I'm showing this motion will increase the budgeted revenue for, by $57,675.14. Now let me make sure that
It increases by that much? That's wrong.
okay,
Revenue should decrease by that much.
I disagree.
Okay. How are you on to, John? I don't know.
I mean, you have to increase, if you're gonna increase the expenses, you gotta increase the revenue. That's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I added everything up, I come up with $59,565.17.
That don't add up to me, because we had one transfer of 48,000.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Well, yeah, okay.
I mean, doing
Yeah, no,
quick
I-
math, you
I
got
got-
one for 26,000, you got one for 24,000, you
Yeah, no.
got one for almost
No,
50,000.
I forgot the 48,000 here. Sorry. So his number would be right.
57,675.14.
No, it's more than that. If you're gonna increase the revenue, it's gotta be more than that.
So the revenue was that amount, that's what I have. And then the expenses were increased by $106,383.37.
Can you repeat
Oh.
that?
Yeah, so the
106.
expenses is 106,383.37. Now, I forgot to put in, remember that one where I have to record that it came from a prior year income?
Right,
That's
48.
not on the revenue, so I have to add that in.
Right.
Let me just stick that in here somewhere, so that we can get a total. Okay, 106,383.37 is the new revenue.
Additional, correct?
Okay. Yeah, the revenue, the increase in the revenue equals the increase in expenses.
Okay.
We balance.
So that'll bring her to being solvent for what? $50,860.67, if I quickly get this right.
Is that enough to pay employees for the rest of the year? No?
I can't, I don't know what the call volume is gonna be in.
Now, that is including all of today's checks, am I correct, John, in this budget?
Yeah, this one here includes
Okay.
all the checks. It includes the second half of the ambulance payment. It includes,
And the next big one for you was gonna be your insurance, and that comes due at the end of the year.
And if anything catastrophic happens between now and
Go to the bank.
then. You coming with me, Doug?
Nope. I got a bank visit I'm gonna be making soon anyway for $1 million loan.
yeah, this gives the fire department very solvent. It buys them like
Hopefully
an
another month.
extra $50,000
Right.
for the rest of the year.
So that, and then depending on your expenses, to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, that shouldn't fluctuate a hell of a lot one way or the other.
Yeah, it shouldn't, but I can't guarantee it.
I have a question though, as long as we're glancing at this. The cyber insurance, what does that actually cover for us?
Let's see, I think it's like if we were hacked and patient information or voter information or something, and like if we were hacked and like a ransomware attack on us,
Locked down your QuickBooks and you couldn't access it.
yeah, stuff like that. I mean, you know, from my perspective, from the clerk's perspective, I have the Microsoft 365, so it's backed up and we got the third-party backup. So if my email address were to get ransomwared, I can just tell them the pound saying that I can just go and back up for my backup that happened at 12 noon or something. So
I guess my question is this insurance worth it? Or should, or
I mean, depends on who you ask. If you ask the insurance agent.
well, it's the insurance agent, that's what I'm getting at.
I don't know that, I guess I can only talk from the clerk's perspective. I don't know that the clerk finds any value in it. Especially
You have as much faith in that as what I do.
well, and especially because our systems aren't integrated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on the same system as Lori.
Right.
Don's not on the same system as me. It's all like very.
Okay, now, when you're working with taxes, that software is basically protected through the county, am I correct?
It is.
Yeah,
Well,
and the banking is also protected through the banking.
It's protected through the writer of that
Right,
program.
yep, so I think that's something that we're gonna have to take a look at down the road.
In our reporting system, if it gets hacked, that means Image Trend itself has gotten hacked.
Oh, Image Trend? Okay, so they would cover their own. Okay.
So they're responsible for patching their software,
Yep.
et cetera. Do they let you know?
Yep.
When they,
They let me know when they do updates on it and when they do fixes on it. I get
Okay.
notified.
good
So
deal.
do you think this is worth it for your end?
Image Trend is responsible for any hacking or breach.
Okay.
And
But
that's-
not if you store it locally on your computer. Like if you have a file that says somebody's name and social security number, like,
But
that's,
that's all
Separate.
But that's all out on the web on Image Trend. We
Okay.
all have logins to get. to
okay,
the
yeah,
Image
I'm just saying like if you have like
Separate filing.
a file that you access on the C drive
Trend.
in your
You
computer.
don't have any of that.
Are you willing to take some input on that?
Sure.
Okay. So my business had something happen to us, a cyber attack. cyber insurance would not cover it
Mm-hmm.
because they were able to hack our system and pretend that they were us and deposit money from our bank account into theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you have very specific insurance, good luck with that.
Yeah, and so like, one of the things that we ran into was like two-factor authentication. Like you have to have robust enough security already.
So I'll break that down for you too. So they actually put some sort of imaging software on my server that recorded keystrokes. And this was on our platform for probably 2 years, the way it worked. And when the time was right, they went in to one of my employees' email addresses. So they were able to do the two-factor authentication, changed it with the bank. So they sent ACHs and approved them themselves through our email, through the dual factor. So
And your insurance?
nothing. So Forward Bank caught most of it because it happened at a really weird time of day. It was like 3 in the morning, which obviously we'd never pay employees at 3 in the morning.
Right.
So they were able to catch most of it, but I was still out about 28,000. So
And you got
pay for the
nothing back
insurance.
from the insurance?
So cyber security is different than what they did because they were in our system and they didn't come in from an outside IP address. So cyber didn't cover anything. So
Well, just something to,
Yeah, well, I mean, when Corey comes in with the insurance presentation, you know, I don't know that he's just getting it sold from whoever
Another
the-
company.
the
yeah?
insurance place is, so,
I shouldn't have asked the question, right?
yeah, well,
Well, I was just kind of wondering what everybody's feeling was on that, because, I mean, you're talking a couple grand a year, and it's, I don't know if it's worth it.
I'll see, I think John brings up a really good point,
Yeah.
is that like, insurance companies are really good at saying,
Oh, well.
that was your fault, you
Yeah.
guys left the door unlocked, so we're not covering because you got robbed, you know, stuff like that. And so like, you know, really it comes down to users have to have their own security, you have to have strong passwords and set up two-factor authentication. I've got two-factor authentication on the bank stuff, so when I log in, I have to do, you know, jump through hoops and stuff, and,
You gotta make sure you got your phone.
yeah, so like, yeah,
I know I do the same crap.
so I think that it's certainly, I'll try and, when that comes up for renewal, I'll try and have a little bit more, maybe some pros and cons. I'll kind of look on the internet to see, you know, some unbiased stuff. If it's good, if it's worth the money, because it is pretty spendy, and if they're not gonna give us any coverage, or if they're gonna deny all of our claims, any claims that we make, you know.
Another one you might wanna check with and see if the bank, if we're hacked through the bank. I think we're supposed to be covered, what, 250,000?
yeah, that's just FDIC though. There's no, like if you get hacked like I did, there's nothing.
You can,
The
so,
bank did zero.
I don't know if the bank talked to you about it, but you can, so at my regular work, I work with Associated Bank, and they have an ACH filter. I'm sure Forward Bank has the same thing. So when I can set up like, oh, I'm gonna pay taxes, you know, or the tax man's gonna take money out of our account every 2 weeks or something like that. So then if it happens every week, then I'll get an alert and it'll freeze it, and then I'll have to like actively say, yes, pay that bill. So like, I can see, I don't think that it's standard, but I think it's pretty cheap, so I could implement that on ours.
At least check it out.
Yeah,
See what it
okay.
is. All right, John, we need notifications and correspondence from you.
Okay, let me,
Oh,
wait, the motion to
Now we need
amend
to
the
finish this
budget.
other document.
Right.
Amend the budget, and I will put all those line items in the minutes.
Do
Okay,
you
did we
want me to
vote on
call
that?
out in a total of
There you go.
$106,383.87?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, vote on that.
All right, Forrest and Rod,
Aye.
Nicole,
Aye.
Dave,
Aye.
Carolyn,
Aye.
Deb.
Aye.
Are we going to schedule that special meeting tonight, or are you gonna do it after?
When do you guys want to? Why don't we wait until the end of the meeting, because we're gonna be
Yeah.
scheduling for the
Yeah.
other meeting
That
area,
sounds good.
so.
All right.
All right, John, notifications.
All right, I received an annexation request from Eric from the Wisconsin Department of Administration. I completed the questionnaire and returned it to him on July 31st, 2024 at his request. Department of Administration reviewed the request and determined that the annexation is for a parcel on McMillan, West McMillan? Near the utility substation or whatever, to be annexed into Marshfield. So DOA reviewed the request and determined that the annexation is in the public interest. The city of Marshfield has some follow-up tasks to complete. We will receive 5 years of property tax from the city of Marshfield subsequent to the successful completion of the annexation. We were subsequently notified of a City of Marshfield Plan Commission public hearing regarding 5 items. One of them is the annexation I just spoke about. We received 2 open records requests, and I responded to 2 open records requests. We received 1 complaint about Shorey Creek Road.
Only one?
During this time.
Which did?
We were CC'd on a letter from Marathon County to Earth Inc. notifying them that they had 32.76 acres of disturbance and as a result had to pay an annual fee of $2,410. We received a notification of proposed amendments to Marathon County's 2016 comp plan. This document is in the packet. We received a reminder of the September 1st deadline to submit for bridge culvert aid reimbursement. I will complete ours on Tuesday, or at least work on it tomorrow. And then also a reminder that the 2025 bridge culvert aid requests are due to Marathon County by October 1st.
Yep.
There was,
What are you requesting by September 1st?
culvert aid reimbursement,
Where would we get that from?
Marathon County. They,
For what?
for the culverts on Man, I thought, right?
They only billed us for our portion.
Okay.
So we would, you can try it.
Yeah, I'll double check. I'll look at what I
But they
said from
don't,
last year.
they
and
don't
see-
bill us
yeah.
for their portion.
Well, I think that we paid some, in the checklist, the Minstrone Milestone Minerals, something like that. There's a bill in there for that.
Mhm.
I think we had some other small bills.
Give-
So I'll
Give Kevin Lang a call
okay,
up at the county, and he'll tell you if
sure.
they owe us anything.
Okay, yeah, I'll get in touch with him tomorrow. Let's see, we received zoning permits. Zoning permits were issued by the county on County Road E, Hidden Acres Lane, Stott, Highway 97, and Deer Run Avenue. And a sanitary permits were issued by the county on County Road C and Dragonfly. And that's the end of my report.
Okay. Checks to approve. Does anybody have any questions for John?
I move to approve checks 20192 through 20239, and then 240701 through 240705, which are the electronic checks. And then also 20240 and 20241, which is on a separate sheet.
So the total is 152, 385.94.
Plus 200, right?
No,
Because this is on a separate sheet.
I know. And it, on the first sheet is 152, 185.
94?
Uh-huh. And so I said 153.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I heard it as what was on the paper. I'm sorry.
Can we get a second?
Second.
Any questions?
I did reach out to B&D to ask them about the $250 charge because that receipt, or not the receipt, the invoice was flagged for June,
Mhm.
and it was written with 125, but the total was 250, so I don't know if that's a total of 2 months, or if there's more to it. I did not get a call back yet. I called on Saturday, and I said they could call me back on Monday, and I have not heard back.
Sure, let me bring it up and see, what we paid them. I saw that too, I think they just failed to send us the June one.
Well, it said June on there. There's
Oh.
nothing for
The
July.
June one's on there, but, because I know I seen that too.
So I called to get clarification, but I don't have that right now.
You don't like me? Hmm?
Check number 20227.
So we have not paid them anything for that porta potty all year. The last, previous to this check, was a bill from May that was paid in June for fire department pumping.
Yeah, so I just don't know if it's $250 a month, or if it's $125 a month, and we got billed twice on that single statement. That's what I'm trying to get clarification on.
Okay. Last year was $125 per month.
Well, that's what it kind of shows on the bill, but it only has June checked on the bill,
Yeah.
but but it's 250, so to me it looks like it's June and July,
Yeah,
but
so,
you need to make sure.
right, that's what I'm getting clarification on, but I don't have that at this time.
Okay.
So we'll just kind of hang on to that one until we get clarification.
Or do you just want to pay it, and then,
Right, that's what we'll,
I mean, we could pay it right now, and just, I can bring it forward saying, this is what it was
Mhm.
both months. Because I really think that's what it is,
I think it's June and July,
yeah.
but they just didn't have it marked on the slip. Make sure.
Yeah, I will, and I can email it.
I'll tell you, Donna can hang on to that check
Well, just hang on.
until you verify,
Yeah,
okay?
and I left a voicemail on Saturday, and I called again today, but I have not heard back.
202. You got it? 12?
B&D, yeah, that's the one. Dorothy, you had a question?
Yeah, check number 20227 from ours.
20227.
Ernie did weed spraying around the pond and around our trees.
What is it?
Spraying
The
of
spray-
weeds.
no, Spray came from
Around
someplace
the
else.
pond.
So it was some stain,
That one's actually mine, yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
For the picnic table.
The stain for all the touches.
more stain.
Yeah.
50-to-1 premixed gas oil
That's fire department, because we put
and
canned gas on instead of the
Uh,
gas fuel.
hardware for the park benches, like washers, nuts, and stuff like that.
Yeah, we gotta cut some of the, we couldn't get some
And
of
you
the
split
benches
them
off.
up where they belong?
Of course.
Okay. All right.
But just that the check, that, we should start at 193. Because at the end of last month's, and it's.
We had
and it's-
approved that one.
We approved the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
That was Hiller's and Tom Seifert's, I think. We included those.
But we added that on at the end, wasn't it?
Yes, and they got approved.
Yeah.
So just switch that number a little bit.
Oh, so start at 20194?
No, we're gonna have.
I mean, if you approve it twice, I don't
It's
have
not a
problem
big
with
deal.
it.
Okay, I just don't
It's
want.
still the same
Okay.
check numbers.
All right.
92 and 93 were approved, so you start at 4.
Okay.
That's right.
It's still nice to see them. Any other questions? Anybody? Need a motion to approve?
I got, Nicole had made the motion, but I don't have whoever, if anyone seconded it, I did you?
They
They-
did.
Thanks.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, and we already played with the budget. So, Donna?
Yeah,
financial.
you have your reconciliation in front of you. That should say if there's no questions on that. And then,
What do you need for transfers?
just for the bills tonight, and,
Oh geez.
yeah,
Yeah, I didn't, I forgot to
just
look
give
at
us
that.
a general estimate.
150.
We had 50,000, 51,000 left over,
It's 152.3 something, I believe.
and the bills are,
152, 385.94, so whatever your balance was.
mhm.
What was the total, 152?
152, 385.94.
Alright, so we got $50,000 in the bank now, so,
You have 50 in there?
yeah.
But
I'd say like 125,000 then?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, because, you have 51,615, is what you have, so give you a cushion.
So what's
we're gonna be,
So we need a motion for a transfer of funds of 125,000.
because we're gonna be doing some fire department approval for Fall Fest.
Is that 25,000 gonna cover that?
We need to have like 102, and then payroll, and then, yeah, I think it should. It should.
We won't issue the check until next month anyways, right?
Oh, for Fall Fest?
For Fall Fest,
Oh,
you'll have to
oh,
do the
oh,
change
oh,
and stuff,
oh.
they'll have to do,
Um,
right? There's about.
Let's go with 130,000 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure it's covered.
Sure.
So I move to transfer 130,000 from the tax savings account to our checking account.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. But,
That's it?
yeah, I don't know if you wanted me to talk about that business with C. Hafers. When C. Hafers asked me for a refund
Oh,
on garbage,
that was with
there's a
the-
check in there for
Mhm.
$297, and that's because when we pull this stuff, if there's a whole lot of improvements on the parcel, that would kick out garbage. That's one of the ways we do it. So they get transferred over. In their case, at the farm, they split off the house some years back. They split off the house from the rest of the farm buildings, so there was quite large assessed values on each parcel, so they got two garbages. So I researched it, they should have only had one. Plus, I didn't know if in the past, somebody had come in and asked for two garbage cans because there was, on the farm, there might have been a lot of stuff. So I had no idea if that had ever happened prior to. Long story short, I discovered that the house is only on less than a half an acre. And I thought we were at a minimum of 2 acres when they do those splits and that kind of thing. So I'm not sure how that happened. I'm gonna do some research with Marathon County to see when that happened and why. And somehow it slipped through PC.
That had to be years ago, where something happened. And like I said, I was telling Donna on the phone, the county can go down to a half acre,
Right.
okay? So maybe it just got,
But they're even under a half an acre, just a little, but they are under half an acre split. And I'm like, I don't know how it happened, but I think maybe we should be watching them CSMs a little closer,
Dorothy?
maybe.
That one changed boundaries 3 times before it finally settled to what they have now.
mhm.
And that it should have been 2 acres on
And
it.
it never ever came before the planning commission.
That's what we figured. It
Yeah.
never got to PC. So we'll have
Was it changed
to,
at the county then?
pardon me?
That was a
They
mistake?
okayed it?
They okayed it at the
Somehow,
county?
either they didn't notify the clerk at the time so that it would have gotten
Went through
looked at.
PC.
Yeah, and so then it missed PC and didn't go there, so somehow it got approved without that. So,
Geez, I wonder who did the CSM for that one.
So they've been paying for 2 garbages when they really only needed the one.
What?
That is correct, yes.
So that's what they're.
So we can give her
for.
back this year's, because we're still in that. Money's through the county, but we can't prior years.
Right, okay.
And
next
she
year-
did say, you know, she should have been watching closer.
And then next year she'll only be charged for one.
That's correct. She won't get charged for one on one of the parcels.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Just an FYI, so you pay attention. I mean, not necessarily the board, but everybody, that we watch that a little closer.
Yeah,
I'm done, unless you have something.
I have none. All right, Jeff Hill, CSM. Plan Commission has approved this. I did have John take Rita Blinker's name off of there. She said just leave it on, and I said no, because she doesn't own that property.
What is this?
Blinker, under Jeff Hill's CSM.
Oh,
Breland has Blinker's name on there, Rita Blinker's name.
Old man.
I had asked Rita about it, and she said, oh, just leave that on there. And I said, no.
right.
So that's where we're at.
So they took the house off of the land and he's getting the land? Is that how that's going?
That's what's going on, Dorothy,
They're taking 3 lots, making it into
to one.
Oh, that's that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
the reconfiguration, I think is what it's called. It's
Yes.
what- Yeah,
So somebody just wants to buy 6 acres, or is
They
there?
want 3 lots.
Three
Three
lots.
lots.
And they have not asked to be zone rural estate.
Okay,
If they do, that's another step.
yep,
Can't jump the gun on it.
yeah.
so we need a motion to reconfigure the lots over there.
How do we have that written?
I move to reconfigure the lots and approve the Jeff Hill CSM.
Can we get a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I'm sorry, who's the first and the second?
I didn't.
And Nicole
Nicole did the first, wasn't it?
and Rod.
And Rod did the second.
Okay, thanks.
Fall Fest fireworks permit and license permit. Need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to get the Fall Fest fireworks permit and picnic license approved.
We have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Are we gonna do discussion? Like, where are they doing the fireworks?
What?
Where we did last year.
On that same spot? I didn't know if they were moving the fireworks, because they moved them last year from the year before, so. I didn't
That's
know
what
if
they're
they were-
gonna
Stay
be
where they
again.
were last year.
Okay, and that's why I was asking.
Okay. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, no, I was
So
wondering.
all
where
in
they-
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Hey, I got a question, where are the fireworks being shot?
Right over there, right where they were last year,
Okay.
George. Okay. The waiver of the fee request, Fall Fest permits and license.
I'll make a motion to waive the fee request for Fall Fest permits and licenses. What is it, about $10 or something, usually like that. But anyway, a motion to waive the fee request.
Can we get a second?
I'll second
Any discussion? Nicole?
Not on this one.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Fall Fest reimbursements and check approval.
I need, I need checks, one for the DJ
How much?
for $250,
$250.
yes. And then a check to me, which I will take to the bank to get for our startup and for the raffle, and or the whole thing that we have to have the 3,500 for, plus there's 500 in there for the band, so it's a total of 4,000. Those are the checks that I need.
So you need 3 different checks.
3, no, 2.
Mrs. Opitz,
One for, huh?
the check they wrote me last year for the raffle ticket and the startup, I think was either 6,000 or 7,000. Because I don't
I know that, and I don't know why.
Okay,
Because we've always, for our startup, it's been 3,500.
okay, I just,
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
500, you want an extra $500.
for the band.
The night band.
And then he wants
he
cash.
wants cash.
We need a bill. Instead of just handing somebody cash.
Well,
That'll be that night, if you had time to.
I have to meet with him
That should be
anyway, I
that
haven't
night.
even met him. He
I
just
will go down and talk to,
Yeah.
Get it, yeah.
because I've been.
We have to, I mean, you can't just hand somebody
No, no.
$500 cash
I-
without having a bill.
No, I've been having conversations with him to get stuff in hand here.
So you.
I will take care of it. I
Well,
will-
I'm gonna have that under the check that's
I
gonna
will
be
be-
made out to me, so.
I will
So
take
Carolyn,
care
you're
I will hang on
responsible.
to the 500 until I see it.
Well, you gotta have a bill. for
Yeah,
$500.
that's what I'm saying.
I will get you.
And
a
John, I don't believe he'll need a W-9 for that, because it's under the 6. So
Yeah.
he'll be okay there. What else you need?
That's it. We will have an invoice coming in for fireworks, we'll have an invoice coming in for beer. I am going to the Sam's Club and use my own Sam's credit card, so that will be just turned in.
Well, those other ones will be just turned in also, like
Correct.
yours listed.
The invoices.
Yes, they'll
Yes,
be paid in
yes, right.
September.
Yep.
So there is nothing else to,
Okay, so you got
Except
just the two.
this, Spielberg's for the fireworks, that has to be paid when that's picked up?
No, no.
No,
No.
We
How
get-
much
was
was
that
an
this year?
invoice?
Okay.
we're not sure yet.
And we
We're-
get an
we're not sure
invoice
yet.
at
We're
the
still
end
getting
after
donations in.
however much
Yep.
beer is used.
I just want to be sure.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
it.
need 2 checks.
Two.
one for 3,500, and who's the DJ?
No, one for 4,000.
No,
Kurt Podbelski, Belsick.
one for 3,500 and one for 250, correct, Carolyn?
No, one for 4,000.
See,
And we
Debbie?
need- Oh, for Christ's sake.
Jesus Christ.
It's the, you might have, I was thinking, I thought we were just gonna get one check. And I will do the 35 at the bank and then hold the or the 4,000.
Okay, because before you said 3,500, that's what I
Well,
was
I
going.
said, the startup cash,
Yeah.
the startup money for the Fall Fest is 3,500.
Okay, and then you want an
And the
additional
$500 that we
Okay.
will pay.
Why can't we write him out a check?
Because he wants to pay
He
cash.
doesn't want to.
And that's why we need the
Well, he
bill.
doesn't have to even claim it with a check.
All right, so
I mean,
here's-
that's where we're at, is
Here's
whether or not he wants to claim
Here's the
it.
whole conversation I'm having with this band right now. They don't wanna sign a contract for me because that would make them a, what did he call it? A professional band. And he only wants $500 cash because he's just a cover band and that's all he usually gets. So right now I'm fighting for a contract and a bill.
Plus, he's a citizen.
Plus he's a township resident.
Yes.
So
I already know who he is.
I know who he
You
is.
tell him you need the damn bill. You don't even need the contract. If he doesn't show up, he doesn't get paid. It's real simple.
But then we
And
have a
then you're
loss,
going to sing.
but then we have a loss of revenue if he doesn't show up.
I got a nice boombox. It's mine.
Yeah. Tell the DJ stay longer.
Okay.
He'll show up.
What happened to blame it on Wayland? They were good last year.
They were, and the person who got them for us took a leave of absence and then quit,
So we need
and then
42
didn't give anybody contact information to make that connection.
Yes.
Before everything happened.
Well, two said 3,500, so.
But they
I
are
said
on.
that's startup.
for-
I asked for
I've already got
4,000.
that connection.
Two checks, one 4,000 and one for 250.
And I second that, what Carolyn just said.
Open
All in
space.
favor, say aye.
Check numbers 20240 and 20241.
What are you talking about?
The
The
check
checks you
numbers,
just approved.
you just approved.
No, we,
No,
We're talking about the Fall Fest stuff.
What's that?
I know that, but he's got to write checks, right?
we wrote 2 extra checks tonight.
Yeah, right.
that are right
So there
here.
are two,
Oh.
I just handed it out to
The
the
board.
chair.
Yeah, we
Because
got
they were
that.
rentals from the pavilion.
So it
And I
will
had to make
be
sure the room was clean before they could
check
get.
number
So we wrote
20242,
checks.
correct, John?
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
have
20243.
I have no idea where that is.
Okay.
42, 43 then?
Yep. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
There.
Yeah.
All right, approved to reshingle fire department shed.
I have two estimates here. One from John Alton Builders and one from Big Dog Roofing and Construction.
For,
Let's see, Altman's is $3,150. Option install ODE steel roof edge at $160 to that. For Big Dog Roofing and Construction, it's for 30-year shingles, ridge cap, ridge vent, drip edge, synthetic felt, ice and water guard for $3,750.
2,250?
no,
$3,750.
Yeah, Casey.
Is there heat in that shed?
Nope,
Then you don't need ice and water.
What?
If
You
there's
don't
no
need
heat in
ice
that
and
shed,
water.
you don't need no ice and water on it.
when there's no heat in the building.
Oh, so that would be the extra on the first one that you were talking about, right?
Second one. isn't it?
no, the option on Altman Builders is install ODE steel roof edge.
That's basically.
That's what
it.
you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the ice and water on the other estimate. It's not necessary if there's not heat in the building.
No.
You guys had ice and water on one of them.
Great,
So that would come
Big
out.
Dog.
So how?
So how much was that?
That was, well, he doesn't have it specifically broken down, the total is $3,750.
Was Altman shingles? as well?
Altman is shingles, also titanium, 30-year roof under laminate, venting, and certainty landmark shingles.
No ice and water on his? He's the cheaper one anyway, all means, yeah. Are you gonna be able to get through the year? With the money you got?
Yeah, maybe.
No, not maybe.
I
I
can't,
say maybe. This is,
I
this is,
can't-
I'm very serious.
I
Are
know,
you
and I'm
going to-
very serious.
If you can't do it, we need to hold off on this maybe until next
So,
spring.
can't
Well,
go
we're
up
not
on
gonna,
this.
if you go look at the roof though, we're not.
I already
gonna
looked at the
go
roof.
The
Yeah.
shingles that are missing, I mean, the top edge of the
Is it
shingles are
leaking?
physically missing.
Is it leaking inside?
It's not leaking through the Blindex yet. It may be leaking into the Blindex, but it's not leaking through it yet.
Maybe keep.
Bet you it ain't.
I tell you what, Lori, if I were you, I would hold off as long as I could on that one.
Until it
especially-
leaks.
Yeah.
Until it leaks, yes.
Well, we can't wait until it actually leaks, because there's equipment in there
Yeah.
for the fire department that.
what equipment do you have in there?
All that fall fest stuff.
All the fall fest stuff.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be a good project for the volunteer firemen on a Saturday? We all get together and rip them babies off and install new ones? It ain't that big a building.
I said, go before
We
I
filled
said
this the first place, and they don't have the personnel, I think, that are,
You gotta talk louder for talking to me.
I think I'm gonna talk to him.
Why don't you do
Yeah,
that?
that's what I say too.
We're gonna hold off on this a little bit, Lori, I think, unless the board wants to approve this. But I think we just give it another month anyway.
1 month. Then we'll talk.
Well, so much for that idea.
So do we need to make a motion to
No.
let nothing? Okay.
No,
no action.
there's no action on it, so. All right, now we need to, schedule the 2025 budget workshops. Those will be in October.
Not till October?
Well, our budget hearing isn't until November, so if we do it beginning of October, we should be okay. We gotta get through and amend the budget that we got first.
What works for you, John?
I mean,
Days
most,
available or?
I have my calendar open, it looks like most, evenings look pretty good for me. Weekends, holidays.
No.
Tuesday nights are fire department trainings and meetings.
Well, let me ask you this, when would you like to amend the budget currently? Because that's gonna take a little bit of work. And then he's gotta also get everything ready for us after that, so he's probably need a couple weeks, right, John, to go through everything and, I mean, not necessarily just amending the budget, but getting us to the last couple of years and all that good stuff.
Yeah, you guys tell me what you want, and I will get it as soon as I can. Yeah, I mean, depending on the level of request, I'll need more lead time. You know, to do this detailed list of what's in all the line items, you know, it'll be a good couple hours, you know, like 8-10 hour project probably, I'd say.
Mhm. So you wanna do that the end of August?
Yeah, I think the end of August would be the first that I want to do it. You know, I think I know there's election stuff that needs to get reconciled and stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of.
So if we did this on a Saturday, would that work for everybody?
I'm gonna be gone. I'm leaving on Saturday, the 31st.
Well, how about the 24th?
I'll be here.
I think I'm out of town on the 21st.
What if we do like Monday and Thursday, if we need them both, the 26th?
For amending the budget?
Yeah, August 26th and August 29th. If we can't get it done on the 26th, then we finish it on.
26th is plan commission meeting.
What time do they have that, 6?
Yeah.
So can we start at 6:30 ours or 7?
Well, it depends what she ends up with, which we don't know usually till the week before. What about Tuesday night? We don't have to worry about it, we can
What
start
she said,
earlier.
Fire department.
Fire department.
Okay.
Yeah. We could do Wednesday and Thursday, the 28th and 29th.
Does that work for you, John?
Sure.
Okay, why don't we, what time?
Oh, wait. Since I'm on so many boards, I can't make the 28th.
Okay, 29th.
Yeah,
Why
29th.
don't we do the 29th? If we need to schedule another one, we can actually. And that's to amend the budget.
At like 6?
Work for everybody?
Timing?
Sure.
29th at 6 o'clock? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what my calendar is. I don't have a calendar with me.
Well,
I can plan on it now,
Okay.
and I'll let you know if I.
so the 29th budget work, our budget, to amend the budget is gonna be at 6
29th.
o'clock. Yeah,
It's a Thursday.
right. So, scheduling the budget workshops. You wanna do that end of September then?
Whatever you want to do.
Well, I was gonna do beginning of October and you said no, so.
Well, I
we
thought
can do
maybe
it.
that was, I don't care.
What works for you, Nicole?
Tuesdays work best for me, but that does not work for the fire department. So, if we can do Monday, the 23rd, as long as it's later, because my kids have sports on Mondays and Thursdays.
September 23rd, that's
Yeah.
plan commission meeting early,
Damn
or
it.
that night,
How
that's the
about-
fourth Monday.
How about,
You're back to the 26th on a Thursday?
yeah, that's where I'm back again.
So the 26th of September,
I think I'm gonna be out of town.
John?
I got a life, what can I say?
what about
The
the
Tuesday that I have free is the 3rd of September.
Oh, that's when the
Oh,
kids
yeah.
start school. That's when the man project starts, so that's exciting.
No, you don't have that time.
Why don't I have?
It's the week before caucus.
Oh, you're right, okay, sorry.
We're sitting over here meeting,
Yep, no.
talking about that. and
Sorry,
Stuff ain't getting done.
sorry. my
What
bad.
about like September 16th? Or is that
Sounds
too
good.
early?
Sounds good, September 16th,
And
workshop.
it's a Monday. Can we do 7? but if it's a home game, can we do it at 6?
I don't care if it's a home game or
I know you don't, but I'm thinking of like travel, like if I gotta be in Wausau that night. I
7
mean,
o'clock.
7, yeah,
Okay.
7 works well, but if it's a home game, I can go earlier.
We're gonna schedule it for 7 o'clock.
Fine.
Fine. Your social calendar. does
It's not mine,
matter.
it's everybody else's.
Estrogen up
Is that gonna work for you, John?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we need to accept the resignation of Tammy Wenzel from the Plan Commission. She resigned for personal reasons.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Tammy Wenzel
I
from the
second.
Plan Commission.
I
So
second.
anybody that's interested, that would like to be on the Plan Commission, let me know if you're sitting here. Did you get a second in there?
Me.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, the next question is, when do we want to do employee reviews? Because those have to go into closed session. Want to do them after next month's meeting?
So that would be September 9th?
Yeah.
That
You
sounds
want to
right.
do it, well, we'll have Rod, Donna, John, Pat. The kids will probably be in school, so they ain't gonna be here. So, can we cater 15 minutes ahead? Shouldn't be more than that. Just do them at the next meeting.
Okay.
September 9th after the regular meeting, right?
Well, it'll be the last item on our agenda.
Last item.
Okay. Is that gonna work for everybody? So we don't have to do an extra day?
Yep.
Okay.
September 9th.
Yep, just so everybody's notified, yes.
I'd just like to make one comment. It's not about a complaint on our road, but it does have to do with our road. And earlier this summer, late spring, I finally had enough, and I was referred to Pat to talk to him about an issue with the intersection on 97 Galvin this way and AAA going to the south.
The intersection right on.
And I just wanted to thank whoever on the board was involved, but particular kudos to Pat. As much as the state was involved and as much as work and thought and planning that went into that intersection, you know, there's the 4 businesses, the employees, the residences. It's a very active, busy intersection. Normally when you come from town and you want to access that street to any one of those businesses, it's just a simple matter of taking a right on AAA, making an immediate diagonal left, and going down that road. The only time that's an issue is when there's a string of vehicles wanting to get on or cross 97, and that whole intersection is blocked. Suddenly you make that turn to the right and you want to make a left and you can't, and you're stranded broadside diagonally across that lane of traffic. If there happens to be a large semi or a large box truck or something by that stop sign, because we have this nice extra wide intersection with extra lanes, people can come around that corner awful fast and make a left going south onto AAA, and all of a sudden you're sitting there broadside. My request was, Pat, could you talk to somebody about getting a sign up, do not block intersection, or something similar that might solve that issue?
The problem comes in with that.
About a week later, there was a county truck parked out there one day when I happened to be going by.
Now, are you talking on AAA or are you talking on Galvin? Or are you talking
97?
97? If it's 97,
The street signs show AAA from 97 south, Galvin going north.
but the intersection's getting blocked.
From the south
To get on to
going
Schroyer
north.
Creek is what you're talking.
Yeah.
the access to the street where Seehafer Refrigeration
Yep, I
is.
see what you're saying now, that access right in there.
Right there, you can't get across there. People come around wanting to turn onto AAA to go south,
That's really close to
and
the road.
you could get broadsided for.
Yeah, so somebody could.
We've lived out there for 49 years, and it was never quite as serious as it is now, because the intersection necessitated that you slow down a little bit to make a little sharper turn. That doesn't exist anymore, so if somebody is coming too fast and their vision is blocked by somebody at that stop sign, it could have been something serious. A week after I talked to Pat, there was a county truck parked out there. I stopped just to inquire, and he said, yep, we got a call and we're looking at it. And he said, right now, as a matter of fact, if you look over there, you can see that little stake with a flag on it. That's where that post is gonna go for that sign. I said, wonderful, thank you very much. He said, we'll order it yet this week. 2 weeks later, it was up. I've never seen any governmental body beyond the locals move.
Is it helping?
And it is somewhat effective.
The ones that.
Obviously, not everybody is looking for it. Some of the regulars, I think, just don't even see it, but there has been some improvement, and I'm just grateful that it's there. And I know it's easy to complain, but once in a while, you know, it works both ways. You gotta say thanks. We appreciate getting that sign up there and getting that taken care of. So kudos to Pat. He got on that one like right now because of the safety issue, and he got it taken care of. So, thank you.
You bet. We need a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
All in favor, Zach? Motion carried. We are done. Check this out. I got
I got a request. Could you guys all go into the office in there to sign so the rest of us can set up the booth and stuff? Could you go into the office?
This ain't gonna take us.
I just want to.
Why? What are you gonna set up up here?
Next meeting.
We have to get your chairs, we've got to move tables and chairs up.
Well, yeah, just a minute. Okay, I would, sign, yours sign.
Okay. Drive 20.